Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my face that I'm going to be doing for you guys today. As you can see, this is what I look like. This is my face. And yeah, if you'd like to see this look, then please keep on watching. Sorry about my lash on my left eye. I don't know, you probably can't tell, but to me it's a little bit straighter than my eye is curved. I don't know, I just feel like it didn't really line up, but it's fine. Anyway, if you want to see how I did this look, then let's get into it.
Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this look here, which is a smoky warm tone eye with a pop of blue on the lower lash line using the Too Faced Chocolate Bar Semi-Sweet palette, which is one of my favorite warm tone palettes of all time. If you want to see how I got this look, then please keep on watching. Hey, if you're wondering why there's a big pimple in the middle of my head that's so red, it's because I picked it. Yay! Great job, Emily. I don't know, I just went for it. And then I regretted it instantly after, but I kind of didn't. Anyway, I'm just going in with some primer. This is the NYX Marshmallow Primer, and I believe this has one of those bases inside that goes up each time you use it, if you know what I mean. It's like not a normal like pump. It's one of those cool pumps that like a vacuum kind of goes up inside the tube each time you use it. Anyway, I'm just going to be applying it with this brush from Mermaid Salon. It's like a really chubby, kind of dense flat brush, and I'm just going to be popping this primer all over the face. I could have gone in with my fingers, but I just felt like using a brush. I prefer to apply primer with my brush just because I like to keep my fingers for as clean as I can I like to keep my fingers as clean as I can for as long as I can when I'm doing my makeup, because if I start off and just cover them with like a load of foundation and primer and concealer, I'm just gonna be like making a big greasy mess. So I try and like use brushes where I can, so I can like minimize the amount of makeup that I'm rubbing all over myself and my stuff and my clothes and my like the rest of my face where I don't want that particular product. Anyway, that like primer smells really nice. It's really sweet, and I smell like the marshmallows being toasted over a campfire. There's a little bit of a smokiness, but it's still sweet. You're getting the vision? Anyway, next I'm going in with some foundation that I've almost used up. This is the Rimmel Lasting Matte Foundation in the shade 103 True Ivory. I'm just going to use the same brush and I'm popping it everywhere. Looks kind of scary right now, but when I blend it out and add all the other things, probably won't look as scary. Probably still look a little bit scary because, let's be real, we're really caking it on. I really like the size of this brush because I feel like I'm really just like painting my face. It's easy to like cover a large area, but it's still like decent where it's like still accessible to get into like smaller parts, like right under the eye there. The curved shape of the brush makes it really easy to like fit into like the nooks and crannies of your face and stuff. And it's just like a really easy brush to use. I really like it. I actually have two of these brushes. I have one in this like soft matte black kind of plastic. And then I also have one with a rose gold handle, and they both are really good. The black one gets a little bit dirtier faster just because like it's like that NARS packaging, you know, where it gets dirty fast. But the rose gold one, it probably like also gets dirty fast actually. I was about to say that stays cleaner for longer just because you can wipe it off, but also it gets like fingerprint marks because it's like reflective metallic, and so the fingerprint marks also come up on that because it's like a mirror that you're constantly touching. But you know, they do the job, which is apply the makeup, and that's all that matters. It doesn't really matter how dirty the brush gets because you can just wash it. Okay, that's good enough for foundation. I am going to conceal a little bit more. I am like quite breaking out right now just because life. Also, if you're wondering why my hair's in this like crazy looking bun, obviously I was at placement today. Actually, it's not that obvious. I'm a nursing student at placement, and I put my hair out of my face while I'm doing things, and then I come home and film a tutorial, take out my hair, and hope that it doesn't look too ratty. Anyway, I'm just going in with the same brush, and I'm going to pop on my concealer. I just use the same concealer from Rimmel that matches the foundation, so that's the Lasting Matte Concealer. I actually like the concealer more than the foundation, and I'm just kind of like using a patting motion just to make sure that there isn't like brush lines through my face. I'm not stressed about like this being the most highest coverage ever, but I would like a bit of coverage like under my eyes and stuff to make it look like I've had like, you know, 12 hours of sleep. Yeah, not even 8. I would like 12. Just the way my makeup to look. It's alright if I don't get 12. That's life. But I don't even know if I could sleep for 12 hours. Maybe if I was like really tired. That'd be like quite an achievement. This is my face. I'm going to set it now with some powder. This is the Fit Me powder from Maybelline in the shade 10 Fair Light. And I'm going in with, I'm choosing a brush. I'm going to go in with this one. No, there's a brush I can use. Okay, this one is from Real Techniques. It's the number 100 Bold Metals face brush. Also, if you're wondering what that clicking noise is, it's my oil heater next to me warming up because I just turned it on. It's quite cold in here. It's winter here right now, that's why. So I'm just warming up my room because I just got home from placement, nursing prac, obviously. It's not that obvious. I say obviously, it's not obviously. I just keep saying obviously. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it annoys you. It's just the words that I always say. Let's have a look. I feel like my nose... Actually, I was worried that my nose looked really, like, missing underneath, but it actually isn't too missing underneath. Like, I was worried that there would be no makeup underneath. Like, that it'd be, like, red. But actually, the makeup did cling onto my nose. Sometimes do you ever feel like the makeup doesn't stick to your nose as well? I feel like if you apply a thinner layer over your nose, it, like, sits better on the nose. Also, I find powdering it helps. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, I'm going to bronze the face a little bit. I'm going to use the Honey Bronzer from The Body Shop, which is an old classic. I feel like a lot of people used to use this on old YouTube. I only actually got this recently. Mine's in the shade 3... Does it have a name? Medium matte. And I do agree that it's matte. I wouldn't agree that it's medium though. Like, this is quite a light shade. I am going to pack it on because I really want a bronzy look today. But this is like not for a medium skin tone. I'm like a light skin tone right now most. Like, I'm pretty pale and this does not look like it's meant for a medium skin tone. I don't know. Hey, look how bronzed. See, compare the meerkats. Bronzed, pale. I just feel like a little bit more sculpted, a little bit more sun-kissed on this side. Does it look perfect? No. Does that matter? No. It's just makeup. It's not that deep. It'll wash off. If you mess it up or you pack on too much, whatever. But I do recommend putting on less rather than more at the beginning because you can always build up more. But once you put it on, it's like harder to take it off. But also, who cares? Like, if you feel like being really crazy and heavy-handed with it and just like whacking it on like I'm kind of doing right now, what's going to happen? You're just going to have a lot of makeup on your face. Like, oh no. I'm just whacking this on everywhere and I'm really, really heavy-handed with it today. I don't know why I'm feeling so heavy-handed. I don't need to be. I guess I am going for a bronzy look, so we'll probably, hopefully, even out at the end, but I'll just like blend over my whole face. It's not that dark of a bronzer anyway. Like, it's not like I'm like really like doing some incredible chiseling or something here. Let's get up in my hairline a bit more. I feel like it's looking a little pale and patchy up there. Maybe that's just my scalp. I don't know, I can't blend up there anymore. It is what it is. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's go into some blush. I'm going to be using the Kylie Cosmetics Pink Dreams blush. Just looks like this. Really cute shade. Hey, it kind of looks like the same, similar vibes to that Victoria's Secret bag behind me. Anyway, I'm just going in with this random brush. It's from Real Techniques again, and it's the number 300, and I'm just going to pop this on the cheeks. You can tell the difference, right? It's like a little, it's not like too intense, it's just like a little kiss. It's just like a little something. I actually find this blush to be quite powdery, but it doesn't mean it's a bad blush. It just means it's not like as intense and pigmented. I really like an intensely blushed look recently, so it does mean that I kind of pack on more of this Kylie blush because I am into such like a pigmented look at the moment, just because like, I don't know, I'm really into blush. But it could be good for other people because like some people don't want too much blush and like you don't want it to look too heavy-handed, so like it could be better for other people. I just like a lot of blush, so you can probably tell I just like a lot of makeup. Let's go in with some eyeshadow. This is the part I'm really excited about. We finally got through all of my looks that I wanted to share with you guys from the original Too Faced chocolate bar, and now we're into the Too Faced semi-sweet. This is actually probably one of my favorites from the whole Too Faced chocolate bar series, just because I really like the warm tones in here. Warm tones are my favorite. So yeah, today we're going to do a like warm tone smoky eye with a blue lower lash line. I'm really excited about it. I'm going to start off with this shade here called Coconut Cream. It's just this lightest bright matte kind of yellow toned bright matte shade, and I'm just going to sweep that all over the mobile lid. Actually, I'm just going to sweep it over the whole eyelid just to like set the stage for the show. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just popping it on with this brush from Real Techniques. I have no idea what it's called. It's just like one of their eye brushes. I hope the oil heater clicking in the background wasn't too annoying for you. I'm really sorry if it was. I'm like kind of used to it. I don't really listen to it. I just like block it out. But I'm sorry if it was annoying for you. Okay, I'm going to check my notes because I actually wrote down the look that I want to do. So I'm going to go check that and I'll be right back. Okay, next I'm going into my favorite shade from the whole palette, and it's the only eyeshadow I've ever hit pan on. It's this shade here called Peanut Butter. It's just my favorite warm toned, like crease transition shade ever. I just think it's perfect, and it goes with every look. It brings the perfect amount of warmth to a look. It's kind of like a bronzery shade, but a little bit more like, it's just perfect. Can you tell that I'm obsessed with this shade? I just think it can do no wrong. It's such a perfect shade. So I'm just whacking that on both of my lids, focusing it more on the outer corner, like the outer part of the crease, but I'm putting it all over the lid. So I'm bringing it to the inner corner and through the whole lid as well. Just like that. It just adds the perfect amount of like dimension and like shape to an eye. I'm just obsessed with it. Next, I'm reading my notes if you're wondering why I'm looking down. Next, I'm going into Truffled, which is this shade over here. I don't know if you can see. It's the second from the far side, and I'm just grabbing on the same brush. I'm using the same brush just because I don't want to go through 1,000 brushes. I just want to like minimize how many brushes I'm using, because the more brushes I use, the more brushes I'll have to clean. And so if I work from lightest to darkest color, then I don't have as much work to do cleaning brushes later. So I'm just packing on Truffled onto both eyes. Really easy. It's another warm toned matte shade, so just increasing the intensity of the brown warm toned mattes that we're using. Next, I'm going to go in with Cocoa Chili, which is a even deeper matte brown, but it actually has a gold reflect through it. I don't know if you can tell. It's like micro glitters. So Cocoa Chili, it's like mostly matte, but because it has those gold micro glitters, it can sometimes show up with the gold micro glitters on the eyes, but the micro glitters are so minimal that it's like really not noticeable. So I consider it a matte shade. You could be able to see the micro glitters, but it's not like a shimmery shade. The micro glitters do pretty much nothing. And so that is the last shade I'm going to use. So like this is the darkest. We're going to go on the upper lash line. So I'm just going to smoke it out some more, really focusing it on the outer corner and blending in. As you can see, the blending is not great because I want to go in with this little brush here, and I'm just going to blend from the inner corner to the outer corner of the eye with the clean brush, just to like make sure everything's, that's a weird sounding car, just to make sure everything's like really well blended to the best of its blendability. Did that make any sense? I don't know. Anyway, so I'm just going to blend from the inside to the outside of the eye, starting from the inside because that's where the least amount of color is, and of course I want to make sure that the outside of the eye is most pigmented. I kind of blend all the edges till I'm satisfied with how diffused they look, and I find that by using two brushes I can always go in to build more intensity with this brush, and then I can always blend it out with the clean brush. So I'm able to build and blend as I want, and I can control the intensity and the blend on my eyes without just over like blending or making it too dark. So I'm pretty happy with how that's looking. Now I would like to go in on my lower lash line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up and grab the dirty brush that we used on the upper lash line. I'm just going to scoot this underneath the lower lash line as I'm looking up, just to deposit a small amount of product below there. We are going to be doing a blue look today, so with the pop of blue, I just wanted to like balance out the eye, so I decided because we're going blue on the lower lash line, I do a little bit of a smudge on the lower lash line just to like hopefully give it a little bit of shading around it. I'm going to grab that little blending brush again and just blend the lower lash line up, and also grabbing the like dirty or like colored brush and flicking that upwards so that the whole eye goes kind of in one shape rather than being like lower lash line, upper lash line. I'm blending the two together here where they meet so that it's kind of a bit more seamless. Also, you probably weren't wondering, but it's my best friend Laura's birthday today. So say happy birthday to Laura in the comments, and I'll tell her to look at the comments so that she can see. that we said happy birthday to her, because happy birthday, Laura. You're a great friend and I love you very much. I'm not going to get deep about Laura's birthday in a makeup tutorial. I'm just saying it's Laura's birthday today. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm going to go in with the color now. I'm going to be using the shade Blueberry Swirl. It's this one here. It's like a blue shimmery shade, and I'm going to be using this brush from Nude by Nature. It's the tapered blending brush. I'm going to dampen it using this what is this? L'Oreal Infallible Magic Setting Spray, this one here. And I'm just going to use that to spritz on the brush just to like dampen the bristles so it picks up more pigment. And I'm going to dip that in the Blueberry Swirl shade. And now I'm going to drag this under the lower lash line for a little pop of blue. Oh yeah, it's coming up really intense and like blue, which is exactly what I was hoping for. Yay, it's working out. I was a little bit worried that it wouldn't be like intense enough, but like definitely spritzing the like wet setting spray on the brush definitely helped. Now how far do I want to take the blue? All the way. I'm going to go all the way. It's going to be quite a heavy look, but it's alright. We're here to have fun. I'm going to go the whole lower lash line. It's kind of cool. As much as I love this palette, and it's like my favorite, or one of my favorite Too Faced palettes, I rarely reach for the blue shade, just because when I reach for this palette, I always reach for those beautiful warm-toned neutral shades. So like the blue shade kind of gets neglected, and it makes me feel bad because this blue shade is really gorgeous. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can. It's stunning. And so I'm really like excited to like dip into it some more in these videos with you guys, because the shade Blueberry Swirl is stunning and definitely one of the most fun pops on this palette. I know like a pop of blue is like kind of overrated these days. Like people think it's really overdone on a neutral palette, but I'm not over it yet. I still like a pop of blue on a neutral palette. I still think it's fun. Maybe I'm living in the past, but I just love like a pop of blue eyeshadow. I think it's so fun. Blue is one of my favorite colors when it comes to like doing rainbow or colorful eye looks. And like just by adding that one blue shade to this palette, it adds so much. This shade on this palette, like without that blue, it's so neutral. And I also think without this side, it's so warm toned. And without this side, this palette is a little bit more cool toned or like neutral toned. I just think it's a really fun and versatile palette. I really rate it, as you can tell. Anyway. There's like a little bit of blue eyeshadow in my eye. That's why I'm like blinking so much. I like poked myself a bit. Regrets, but oh well. Okay, so now that I look a little bottom heavy, which is not my preference when it comes to eyeshadow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and draw a wing on my upper lash line, because I always do like a big wing liner. I'll show you the liner that I'm going to use. It's just the same as I always use. Where is it? It's the Maybelline. I've lost it. Maybelline Hyper Sharp Wing Liner, the one with the pink metallic or like purpley metallic lid. It's a brush tip liner and I just think it's really good. I'll draw on some eyebrows and maybe do some lashes, or maybe I'll do that with you guys. No, you'll see when I come back. So, see you in a bit. Okay, so I've done my liner and my brows. I haven't done my lashes yet, and the reason is I still feel a little bottom heavy. I thought that when I applied my liner that I would kind of feel a little bit more even, just because I was adding so much darkness to the upper lash line, but I still feel a little... I want a bit more. So I'm going to go in with some more of that eyeshadow that I used. I'm going to go in with more of Cocoa Chili, which is that darkest shade that we used. It's just under Licorice on the palette. It's that darkest dark brown that we used earlier. I'm grabbing the same dirty brushes we used earlier. I'm going to work this through the crease just to even further deepen up the look, bring more depth and dimension to the upper shadows that we have going on there on the like lid, just so that like the whole look is darker and hopefully looks a little bit more like even, because I just don't want it to be like too bottom heavy. I want it to be like a little bit more balanced. So I'm just going to pop some on the upper. Yeah, see that? I'm a bit more happy with that. Let's get the blending brush and blend. So again, I'm blending from the inside because that's where I put less product, and I will put the most product on the outside of the eye. So I'm just going to blend a little bit on the outside there, but still trying to keep the intensity out there. Yay, okay, I'm like a lot more happy with the way that looks. Also, if you want ever to like warm it up a little bit more, like right now I kind of feel like this is like a little too neutral for me and I want this to be a warmer look, you can just grab like your blending brush and dab a little bit of like a blending shade onto there. Like I can grab peanut butter, which is like a warm shade to blend with, and just by blending that over the top of everything, it just brings that warmth back. without like darkening up the look too much, because I'm just adding one of the colors that we used that was a little bit on the lighter side anyway. So there, I've brought some more warmth back to the look, which I am into. I love a bit of warmth. Okay, let's do some highlighting, and then I'll do my like, you know, highlight. I'll do my lashes later. I'll do my highlighting now. So for highlighter, I'm going to be using MAC Whisper of Guilt, which is a cult classic for a reason. It's so beautiful. Great warm toned highlighter shade. Not great for every skin tone though, just because like it is a little bit on that golden side. So if you have like a lighter skin tone than mine, it might be a little bit like warm on your skin tone and like might show up a little bit too dark. It's good on my skin tone though. I really like these like golden champagne tones on myself, just because I'm like the second lightest, if that makes sense. Like usually if I'm looking at foundation shades, like I'm not the lightest shades, I'm like the second lightest shades. I'm like, there's fair and then there's light, and I'm like the light. And so I can get away with like a little bit more warmth in like my highlighters or bronzers or like face products or whatever. So yeah, this has a little bit more warmth to it. So if that's not for you, this will probably look a little wacky on you, but I like it on me. I just feel like it's so golden and looks a little bit more natural than like an icier highlight on myself. I'm also highlighting the brow bone just because I really like the way it looks on the forehead here and obviously on the actual brow bone. So I'm just going to grab like a little detailer brush. Where is the one I'm going to choose? I'm going to grab this one. This one has the name still. Yay! This is the shading brush from Real Techniques. It's kind of like a flatter, fluffy little brush. And I'm just going to grab this shade. It's very similar to the shade in the palette called Butter Pecan. Not like dupes, but like similar vibes where it's like a light golden tone shade. This one's a little bit more champagne-y, I believe. Anyway, I'm going to use the MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish on the brow bone. You can kind of tell there. It just adds the most perfect pop. So that's that. And then I'm also going to do the other side, of course. By the way, if you're wondering what I used on my brows, I used the ColourPop Precision Brow Pomade. It's still going strong. That thing has been with me for years, and I'm scraping out the bottom still. I'm also going to add this to the inner corners, but I'm actually going to up the intensity by spraying. There's like powder all over my shirt. Oh, have I just made a mess? Anyway, I'm going to spray the brush with some more setting spray just so that the brush is damp again, and I'm going to dip in so that I can like have a really bright inner corner. I feel like it'll really like open up the eyes and, I don't know, bring brightness to the look, because, you know, we've added a lot of dark shades and I'd like to open the eyes back up. So I'm just going to pack this on the, yes, this is exactly what I was looking for. Like a bright light shade in the inner corner there. And just bring that all around that whole like tear duct inside area. I want a real pop. I love it. I'm going to go really hard. Like I could leave it at that, but I want it more like that. Like I want it really intense. I want it to be like blinding. So I'm just going to build it up even more. Wow, that's really pretty. I should use this blue shade more. Every time I do a look and I'm like, I like it, I'm like, wow, I should use this shadow more. Wow, I should recreate this look all the time. It should be a go-to going out look. And then I find another look and I like that even more, and then I never do the original look again because I change it or something. Okay. I feel like that's enough inner corner highlight. No, it's not. I'm going to do some more. There we go. Okay, now I'm also going to take this down the center of the nose. Just because I like the way that looks. I feel like it makes the nose look straight and bright and like, I don't know, just like the way it looks. It kind of looks a little wonky, to be honest. Did I draw a wonky line down my nose? Anyway, I'm also going to highlight the Cupid's bow. And now I'm going to disappear because I need to do my lashes. I need some lashes. But see how it's like evened out a little bit more? I feel a little bit more, I don't know, maybe it's all in my head. See you in a bit. Okay, so I've just popped on my lashes. As you can tell, they're still drying. Also, how annoying is this? I use my Duo Lash Glue, of course. And like every time I get new Duo Lash Glue, do you see how it's coming out the side there? The like lash glue starts coming out the side of the nozzle when the nozzle snaps. Every time the nozzle snaps for me. I don't know why. I feel like I'm doing it wrong. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to, I forgot what I was going to do. Oh, I was going to contour my nose a little bit just because I feel like contouring it a little more. So I'm grabbing this random brush. This is a Real Techniques number 203. I'm just going to grab a little bit of this and take it down the center of the, like, sides of the nose along the bottom of the nose. So like taking it down the sides to like, you know, give shape to the sides of the nose so it looks bronze like the rest of the face, like all those kind of things. And then taking it across the tip like this, just like bring up the nose, and this like shortens it. I feel like there's a little bit of darkness here. So what I'm going to do is I'll just grab some powder that we used earlier to set the face with. And I'm just going to grab that on my finger and like really place that right there just to brighten it. There we go. Kind of like highlighting, but like just with a little bit of powder that's like placed on the top there. Just a little bit like matte. I'm going to take out my hair actually because I want to see what it's up to. I don't know what it's going to look like. So sorry if it looks really bad. I really hope it doesn't though, because I'm rooting for it to be curly. Please be curly. Please be cute. Please. Okay, that's not too bad. So that's the hair that I'm going to cop from my bun. I'm happy with that. That's fine. The front here is a little how you going? What's going on? But that's fine. Good enough. I'm going to set the face with some setting spray, which I never show you guys in my videos, but I always do use setting spray. I just like always forget to show you guys. So I'm just using that L'Oreal Infallible setting spray. I'm really overdoing it because this nozzle is so like fine. It's like such a fine mist that comes out that you just go for it. Who cares? You can never have too much setting spray. It really like melts all your like makeup into one and takes down the like powderiness. Like sometimes if you go in as heavy handed as I do, you can look a little powdery, and so by using the setting spray it just like melts it all into one like seamless layer. I'm just going in with some really warm tone lipstick in a nude shade just because that's my favorite. Today I'm using the Dose of Colors Honey I'm Home lip gloss. Is there a name of their lip gloss? No, it's just the Dose of Colors lip gloss in Honey I'm Home. It's a really nice creamsicle warm tone nude shade. I could have used a lip liner with this as well, but we're here now. Okay, so this is the finished look. This is the face. I'm happy the hair didn't turn out too bad. I feel like it matches my top, which is what I was hoping for. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Comment anything you'd like to see from me in future down below. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. I upload very frequently, like literally all the time, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
It's outro time. So yeah, this is the completed look. I hope you enjoyed it. I love the pop of blue right now. I hope you do too. If you'd like to see more from me, don't forget to click the bell down below to receive post notifications. Every time I upload a new video, you will get a notification. I'm not sure if you get notified every time I upload at the moment. So if you want to see all of my uploads, you can click the bell and you'll see all of them. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Love you lots. Bye.